up rear-ending someone, backing into a mailbox, hitting your neighbor's car. We're pulling out on a major thoroughfare in the morning. This is very scary. A lot of beginners just hesitate. And if your instructor really didn't take you out enough, or you really didn't understand what to do, you're going to struggle. I'm going to show you how not to struggle. I'm going to show you what your driver teacher did not show you. You need to make sure your windshield and headlights are clean so you can have as much available light as possible. When you're driving in low light situations, whether it's the morning or the night, you need to see and be seen. Also, from looking at a lot of instructor videos, they're not really teaching you how to be a solid defensive driver. I'm going to show you today, right now, what to do and how to manifest positivity. We're going to the left side of the lane. We have our left blinker on. This is called a J turn. We're in the outside part of the turn. A lot of instructors will tell you turn the wheel, but you need to look where you're going. Look where you're going, look through the turn, and take your time. A lot of instructors tell you third gear on the merge. I want to get you in second gear so you can build up more momentum. Squeeze your brakes, see the rear of the tires. One car length, I think, is not enough because of the traffic today and how powerful cars are. You need room. Room gives you time to execute, and we are trying to execute. See that random blinker? We got to be aware. We're looking for blinkers, but a large majority of these drivers do not, I repeat, do not use blinkers. So what does this mean to you? You got to be your own defensive driver. You have to figure out what they're doing. And I said that right, figure out. My blinker's on. This car's blinker is not. You may say, that's really simple, Uncle. But use your blinker, make sure you understand what's going on, and get out here. We're in a second gear merge. I want to see you have more speed and get up to speed quickly. Now, in some states, you will get a ticket for crossing the white line. We want to wait for it to be broken. I have to accelerate. You see how much power I have now? I'm going to come out and merge out. There are 3 lanes. We're going to talk about the dangers of all 3 lanes. A lot of instructors just don't get you out enough. Again, I've read a lot of instructor comments from complaints. One of the biggest complaints is, the instructor did not take my son or daughter out enough on the expressway. They're scared. Well, I'm going to show you today what you need to do. We're in the first lane, we're moving fine. Now, I'm going to execute a lane change. My blinker's down, I'm going to get over one lane to the middle. Now I can see the left lane, the middle lane, and the right lane. Most freeways and expressways in the United States are very bumpy, outdated, and just old because we do not put enough money into the infrastructure system or the HTS. That's the Highway Transportation System. I'm going to tell you what instructors won't tell you because I'm going to speak truth. If you're not out here driving in this type of traffic, you'll never get out and drive. Your mom and dad, low-key, are scared because you pulled out in front of a car before you didn't make a good decision. I'm getting over one lane to the left because I see some slow-moving traffic and I see this hesitation. That's you driving. You're hesitant. You're not sure. Turn on your blinker and execute. Don't wait. You'll see another driver up there in the Jeep, no blinker. If you want to rear end someone and you want to have an accident, a side swipe or rear end collision, continue not to learn to use your blinker. Next, a lot of drivers ride the brake. It's confusing to a new driver. It's confusing to experienced drivers. Once I pass this commuter bus on the right, I'm getting back over to the right. There's no need to be in the left lane. Those drivers are hogging the lane and they should be getting over. You see, I have an open lane. I can see. The car ahead of me is tailgating. I have space. 1001, 1002, 1003. I have about 3 car space. If someone panic stops, I can slow down, hopefully. Cars are tailgating. These cars are waiting to have an accident and take us out. I don't want that problem. Don't be part of the problem. I'm lifting my foot, increasing my following distance. If you're scared to go fast in the lanes, get over to the right, because that's the biggest thing that I see from reading instructor complaints. You're driving slow in the fast lane. This is a great way to get road rage, cut off, and beat up. I don't have to tap my brake because I'm not riding this car's back bumper. I'm looking ahead around a curve. If you see a sea of red lights, slow down a little bit early. You saw that Ford, you saw how it jumped, they weren't paying attention. I'm very soft on the brakes. A lot of beginning drivers panic stop. They slam the brakes. They slam the gas. You're going to get rear-ended. We want to keep our space and be mindful. If you're just joining us, I'm talking about how to drive, how to avoid crashes, and things your driving instructor did not teach you. Most driving instructors won't take you out in this heavy of a traffic because it's time consuming, it's very stressful, and a lot of these guys and ladies are just old. They don't have the patience anymore. We're at 22 miles an hour. The speed limit is 70. We're taking our time. We're not worried. A lot of instructors overschedule. They don't have time to get the car serviced. They don't have time to change their clothes. And in fact, the driver's ed car really smells bad. When you get into a driver's ed car, look around. Are there coffee stains? Fingernails? Because when adults and kids are nervous, what do? They bite their nails. And then they spit it on the floor. That's gross. This is where patience comes in. A lot of instructors are very inappropriate, saying inappropriate things. talking about things they have no business talking about. Good instructors will talk to your guardians or your parents when the lesson is done. If your instructor or driving teacher is not meeting your parent, saying hi, going over the state requirements, you're getting robbed. They're not giving you value. Good instructors are patient, kind, they explain things. They teach you in an out-of-box, organic way how to drive, how to relieve stress, and how to avoid anxiety. If you're a child that has anxiety, or an adult, or you're autistic, some instructors and companies won't even teach you. You need to do your research about the driver's ed company. Do they have Google reviews? Are the cars new? A 2025, a 2023, a 2022, or they're driving a car that's 15 or 20 years old. Because when you're driving, you represent yourself, the instructor, and the company. Your instructor should take you in the parking lot, working on right turns, left turns, stall parking. Next, they should be taking you into neighborhoods, making right turns, learning how to center your lane. They should talk to you kindly. From reading a lot of instructor complaints, that's just not the case. They're very rude, disrespectful, and just downright mean. When you have your first conversation with your instructor, they should ask, what is your name? How are you doing? Tell me about your family. That shows they care. And it's really important that you find an instructor who cares about your well-being. Because if they do a very crappy job, you're going to have anxiety, you're going to doubt yourself, and you won't drive until your mid-20s. I've talked to a lot of adults and been in Facebook groups. Some instructors need to retire. They're giving you wrong information. They're very mean. They're not letting you free drive and make decisions on your own. They're micromanaging you. If your instructor is micromanaging you, say to him or her, can you please let me drive? Most will say yes. If your instructor says no, it's time for them to retire. Our driver's education vehicle should never be speeding. These instructors are taught, or so they say, with professional development and car teaching. I think there needs to be a video camera in the car to catch those instructors slipping. Because many of them are not teaching you. They're just having you drive around the area and run errands. Go to the bank, go to the store, get gas. When your parents pay for a lesson, they're paying for real instruction. Going through different driving environments, going through neighborhoods, school zones, dirt roads, roundabouts, making a minimum of 4 left turns, 4 right turns, and then giving you instant feedback. If your instructor does not have his or her clipboard and is not reading from the state standards, they're not teaching you. They're just winging it. When you look at videos of good instructors, they have a clipboard. They are looking on your evaluation. They're telling you how to improve. You paid for driver's education, $350, $450, $550, in some cases $850. If they're not teaching you, demand your money back. Also, states do audits. It should be public knowledge. You should be able to go in and meet the owner of the driver's sale establishment. You should be able to pick your instructor, because it's really about a personality match. Some people we don't get along with, and there's not a good match. You've had that mean teacher in college or high school who always gives you a hard time, no matter what. There are instructors like that out here who are just very petty. They're jealous of you because you're young, and they're in their 70s and 80s. Personally, I would not ride with the instructor by myself. They're very creepy. I would have another person in the car. They have a policy. You should not be alone with an instructor. It should be female helping female. It should be male helping male. You should always tell your parents, where did you go? What did you do? Some of these instructors are devious, and they're very creepy. Good instructors tell you what you're doing. Many of your parents are tracking you in Life 360 or Find My iPhone. That's fine. Your instructor should invite your parent in on maybe the last drive if you're nervous. If your instructor is touching your hand or grabbing the wheel, that's a red flag. You need to tell your parents immediately. If your instructor is touching you inappropriately, you need to tell your parents so they can be dealt with through the legal system. Many of these driving schools overlook these things because so-and-so is good or she is okay. Good instructors have personal references. They don't need to advertise. And good instructors are hard to find because they're in demand all the time. If you're an adult over 21, you want an instructor that matches your personality. Someone who's kind, friendly, supportive. Good instructors are patient. Your instructor will also tell you it takes 10 years to learn how to drive. No, you can master everything in about a year. If your guardians take you out in heavy traffic like this, in downtown traffic, at night, in the morning, in the rain. Looking at instructor complaints, a lot of young drivers under 25 or 27 just don't want to drive. And your parents can't make you drive. Your parents should be listening and giving you insight about the instructor. If you see something odd, speak up. That was really odd that we went to this neighborhood. That was odd that we went to the west side. Rear end collision. Rear end collisions happen because people are not paying attention. Following up with instructor complaints. Many of the driving schools use outdated curriculum. You want to update it as frequently as possible. And if you're using old curriculum, 10 years old, 12 years old, 17 years old, laws have changed. We have self-driving cars, the Lyric, the Tesla. And when your instructors learn through their professional development, they're really just joking around, talking about students. You want an instructor who's going to give you real life situations, who's going to help you learn. Who's going to allow you to make small mistakes and not take your head off. Teachers, state police officers, military people, school bus drivers make great driving instructors. They understand young people, they have the patience. And if you want someone to understand you, you need to show love and care. And we always want to show love and care. The driving schools have a personal obligation. They shouldn't just be taking your money. And if they're just taking your money, you're not really learning. They should be teaching you. Thank you. I appreciate that. And if they're just taking your money, you're not learning at all. You should have a night driving lesson. Many of you will never drive at night with your instructor, and I think that's sad. Also looking at instructor complaints. They just don't smell good. They're not dressed professionally. Your instructor should be dressed professionally, looking nice, khakis on, nice little button-down shirt. If they're coming in with shorts and flip-flops, you're not really getting the best teaching you need. They should not be doing that. And if they're doing that, you're not learning. Because they're not mentally being prepared as a professional. They should greet all of you. They should know your name. They should have some high expectations for you and themselves. If your instructor is not trying to get you better and improve themselves every single lesson, you're wasting your time. Next to an instructor complaints, you can never get in to talk to someone. They have a maze of numbers. And when you look at those complaints, that's what you see. You have a serious issue. Your certificate was wrong. The date was wrong. It's very frustrating. Because if you're frustrated, you won't have a good experience. And if you don't have a good experience, you just won't learn. We're trying to have you prepare for the next opportunity in your life. And that's what it's really about. Preparing for the opportunity. Next on instructor complaints, many instructors are just driving you through the neighborhood. They say you have anxiety. They really just don't want to teach. They're going through drive-thrus, not really preparing you. And if they're not really preparing you, you're not really learning. You have to be ready for any unexpected situation. And if you're not ready for unexpected situations, they're not teaching you. They're taking your money. Good instructors take you in different environments, downtown areas, suburbs, various degrees of difficulty in turns, If your instructor is keeping you on the same route, they're really wasting your time. If you pay for 1 hour, 60 minutes, you should be driving 60 minutes. If they're dropping you off at 1:45, that's 15 minutes for them to go smoke a cigarette, go chill. They're not really teaching you. And if you don't tell the driving school, they don't know. You have to communicate. They should be taking you in dangerous areas just like this. This is a crossover. We have people not using blinkers. Some people using blinkers. And if they don't do this, there's going to be an accident. We are not trying to have an accident. We're trying to be safe. We're trying to prepare. We're looking for cars to cross our face, such as these cars right now. Good instructors will not put you into a dangerous situation where you have to figure it out. Also, a lot of communities have license plate readers. They're scanning your license plate. They're putting it into a database. And if you have a 2020 newer car, there is spy software. And if you don't believe me, you can look it up. What is this car doing? They didn't even stop. Complete stop. You have to signal your intention, or these cars will hit us. I have to yield for them. Your instructor should be taking you through this. If you don't understand how to drive, they're wasting your time. No one wants their time wasted. We're here to learn. We're here to improve ourselves. You're here to learn. You're here to improve yourself. This brought you value. I taught you what your instructor didn't do. I need you to subscribe to the channel, smash the bell notification, and be ready the next time I go over instructor complaints.